is commenting there. Thank you very much. Now I would like to give floor to Sardar Shaukat Kashmiri Sahib. He is the chairman of United Kashmir People's National Party. You have the floor. Yes.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, our chief guest of course, our moderator, and all our speakers who contribute very well, and the audience who are here to encourage us, to surprise us, and hopefully help us. I will not repeat those things which is already stated. I will not go into the history days. Just a few minutes. I just ask our comrades, our friends, our allies, that it is our choice to determine the friends. If anybody who create any hurdles in our friendship, we should unitedly oppose such kind of policies who are not in favor of our movements. It's damaging act to show. All the friends should understand, against the enemy we should unite it. Until and unless we will not unite, we cannot fight impressively. And what is the strategy of the enemy? They try to divide us, they try to confuse us, they try to damage our cause. So this is the time that we should understand the enemy of our movements. We are not against any country, we are not against any nation, but our priority to defend the interest of our nation, interest of our region, and also it's our prime duty to elaborate those issues which harm the society, like use of religion, like narrow nationalism, like create confusion and chaos among the people. So all those political activists, the leaders of the nation and nationalities should achieve that goal which we have idealized, that freedom is our ultimate goal. The protection of our people's life and liberty and property is our goal. And rest assured, nobody in this world can snatch your God, snatch your Bhagwan, or snatch your Allah from your heart. But there are the governments who impose and who use religion as tool to divide us. That policy is harmony, unity. So we should understand the tactics of the governments and all those people who working as a proxy of the state. They have no the pro-people agenda. मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ अपने दोस्तों से, अपने अहबाब से, welcome is friend from the Jammu. मैं चंद बातें अपने दोस्त अहबाब से कहना चाहता हूँ कि आज का जो टॉपिक है, टाइटल कश्मीर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड राइट टू सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन। कश्मीर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट पे तो मेरे ख्याल में 2 घंटे से आप सुन रहे हैं कि ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट क्यों पैदा हुआ, किसने पैदा किया, कौन एग्रेसर था, किसने फोर्सफुली हमारी लोगों को, ये सिर्फ ज़मीन की तकसीम नहीं थी। इट्स नॉट डिवाइड ओनली द लैंड बट आवर फैमिली, आवर nation has been divided forcefully, and now both the sides people inspirations to reunite, but unfortunately the government are not ready to fulfill its promises or respect our wishes. इसलिए इतने अरसे से हम तकसीम हैं, लेकिन ना हिंदुस्तान को ये एहसास हुआ और ना ही पाकिस्तान को ये एहसास हुआ कि एक ही फैमिली को बहन इस तरफ है और भाई उस तरफ है, माँ इस तरफ है, सरहद की इस तरफ, खूनी तकसीम की जो लकीर फेंकी हुई है तो मतों ने, वालद इधर है, माँ दूसरी तरफ। इट्स ए वेरी सैड स्टोरी, इट्स ए ग्रेट ट्रेजेडी फॉर द ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड हमारा अमन। Why we are always asking we want peace? Because all the prosperity, all the development, all the good norm is linked with the peace. If region is not peaceful, if our region is under the proxies, under the extremists, under those who are using religion as tool, and those who, one of our friends explained in the Rawalakot, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, it's not one mullah. The militant group, the other mullah unitedly issued the fatwa against the nationalists, progressive, Democrats, or those who link with the, or associate with the rights movement. They say all these are infidels. They are atheists and we treat them as infidels. So, state is failed to fulfill its promises. State is failed to protect the lives of the people. They're just searching for the proxies who can just dictate us who is your friend. If someone is my friend and long associates, but abruptly the friend is disappeared and he is not courage to come in front of me and say hello. Why? If I did commit any mistake, it is the duty of the friends to ask me what is your fault, what is your narrative, and what is the wrong in my narrative. If I stand with my nation, I stand with my people, irrespective of their faith, irrespective of their color, irrespective of their creed. My secular credential is very much established because we are secular, not for the countries, but we think it is the best for the people because all those policies who discriminate the nations, who divide the nations, who create the proxies. So India and Pakistan, both the countries, Pakistan waged a proxy war on the Kashmir. So 100,000 people were killed and injured. And still this process is continued. There are huge terrorist camps in our area. And every day when we organize any people protest, many militant groups come out and say, why you are not subscribing the jihad? When we try to engage them, what it means, jihad never ever stop us our freedom of expression. But they used these are holy names. It is not the religion suppressions, that nobody has right to speak. But it is the state who exploit the people, who exploit their natural resources, and the societies, the people become more poorer and poorer, and the rich become more rich and richer. And the majority of the people, well, even in Pakistan, majority of the people, irrespective who is who, they have lack of medical facilities. They have facing unemployment. But the state is proud to be a atomic state. It's a atom. They are spending natural resources. Instead, the betterment of the people, they are buying armaments, and people become more poor. Employment. And our friend from Bangladesh, he rightly elaborate. Two months ago, it was the Bangladesh whose inflation rate was very low. People have the employment, and their industrial growth is very high. But now there is a chaos. Hundreds and thousands people within 2 months they were slaughtered, and many political activists were hanged, and all the world. So the ousted prime minister was the dictators, but they are the allies of most kings, dictators, and everywhere. But just a person, a leader who defines the interest of their own nations, he becomes the target. And many secular progressive leaders were killed. Muslim leaders were killed by whom? And now there is a Mullah Raj, and they are always seeking funds from the West and suppress the same voices in the region. So this policy, until and unless, from Israel to India, India to China, everywhere, if we have no awareness how to combat this kind of policy, people will suffer. Peace will not come into the regions. And every government, every nation state have their own interest. We are not against their interest, but we are against those policies who destabilize the region, who wage the wars, who establish the proxies. So I think the civil society representative should stand up unitedly in the ideals of democracy, in the ideals of people betterment, and stood against those who wage wars, who promote terrorism, and who exploit the natural resources of the nations. Right? We are not against any developmental projects, but that projects harm the people interest, like CPEC. CPEC, maybe it suits for China, maybe it suits for the Pakistani establishment or military, but that project is not transparent. That project ignores the local people. That project exploits our natural resources, and the environment is in danger because the commercial purpose is transport, harm our glaciers, and now glacier is melting there due to this huge project, and not a single penny to protect the environment. So at least being a human being, being a good man, good woman, and a friend of the society should understand these policies, irrespective what is your government is doing. If the government policies is against the people, we should oppose those governments. If any government who is destabilize the regions, we should also oppose that, irrespective that government I belong with that government or he or anybody. So we should understand our flag. We should not receive any kind of dictation from others who are against our unity. So these are the right to self-determination is a very high idea. And United Nations Human Rights Council have one special agenda on the right to self-determination. Why we should not unitedly ask our governments to follow these ideas which benefit to the nations and resolve the conflicts. Conflicts suits the Parliament industry and snatch the space for the civil society. Business. Nowadays, everywhere we have seen the wars. And who is suffering? It's the people. People suffer. Because in war-like situations, we are unable to buy good clothes, we are unable to buy anything which actually linked with the common people. Only government is running to buy the weapons. So this policy, we should unitedly oppose this policy. If any government who is not respect the human rights, we should ask our governments, do not give them money to suppress more people. That money, that support, that loan should be linked with the human rights and human rights value until and unless the UK people, the other region of the people, Middle East people, Japanese people, they are not asking their governments, do not give the loan to such countries who suppress their people, who do not honor their right to self-determination, then we can hope that very soon in our region, in the world, peace and harmony will prevail. But if we are failed to put pressure on their own governments, I think then you can think good, you can say some good things or think about the humanity, but you are not the player. Let us come unite and behave like a players, not observers, not just advisors to advise the nations, but we should be the players to stop all these policies which is against the humanity. Thank you very much.